Yeah, hello students, welcome to Simply Anthro. In this video, we will talk about what is a Paper-1, a 9th unit and as well as a 10th, 11th and 12th units of your examination. Syllabus very important. Remember in Anthropology Paper-1 we have, Physical Anthropology. Or when I call it as physical, we can also call it as Biological Anthropology. You know in paper, or Unit 1 that is 1.7. Do you remember? Unit 1 1.7 is about what? Cell division. It is a biology, basic biology. So we discussed already. The chapter 9 is entirely about the physical anthropology. Very important. You can secure maximum marks because entire physical anthropology concepts are very important here is. First one is human genetics. I am not going in detail there because here we are going to talk about pedigree analysis. We'll talk about what is a twin study, who is a foster child, what is a co-twin method, what is cytogenetic method, chromosomal, karyotype analysis. Okay, now what do you mean by immunological methods, DNA technology, recombinant DNA technology, everything is about biology. Second one, 9.2 is like Mendelian genetics. How Mendelian genetics helps to study the human biology. Who is a Mendelian, what do you mean by lethal gene, all this Mendelian genetics. 9.3 is about concept of genetic polymorphism and selection. Concept of genetic polymorphism and what? Selection. Complete biology, my dear. Here we will talk about what is a Weinberger law, what do you mean by inbreeding, what do you mean by genetic drift, what do you mean by consanguineous, non-consanguineous, what do you mean by mutation, isolation, migration. It is all about complete biology. 9.4 is about chromosomal and the chromosomal aberrations. Entire your chromosomal things would be understood in this concept. What is chromosome, what is autosomal, what is allele, what do you mean by, are you getting it right? What is autosomal and what do you mean by Down syndrome, what do you mean by Edwards syndrome, what do you mean by Cry-do-Chat syndrome, all these are kind of syndromes, Klinefelter syndromes. And the meaning, because of chromosomal disorder, what kind of diseases you are going to get. There are many people around you who are suffering with a chromosomal disorder. We will discuss that in this particular chapter. And 9.5 is about race and racism. It's also biology. Race and racism. Various races we will see across the world here is. 9.6 about age, sex and population. Age, sex, population, variations as genetic marker. Here we talk about blood groups. What do you mean by ABO? What do you mean by RH and all kind of things. What do you mean by body fat, what do you mean by pulse rate, reciprocity, complete biology. Look at concept of methods of ecological anthropology, that is again biology. Epidemiological anthropology, what is epidemiological? Various diseases. And I mean to say, if at all if you notice, chapter 1 has total 8 subchapters. Chapter 9 is having total subchapters. Do you understand, right? That is the reason I said these two are the biggest chapter. But chapter 9 is out and out word. Physical anthropology. Alage, chapter 1 lo we have 1.7. This is also biology. 1.7 and chapter 9 completely is about what? Biology. And chapter 10 concept of human growth and development. Again, it is one of the small chapter. Human growth and development, how human growth baby is happening. Let us talk about stages of growth, prenatal, natal, infant, childhood, adolescence, maturity and sensuousness. And when a kid, how a mother, zygote would be formed, how the baby is growing, how the delivery, how brain is increasing, all this. Factors affecting growth and development. What are the factors affecting baby growth and development? What is genetic, environment, biochemical, nutritional, cultural, socio-economic? What do you mean by aging? What happened through aging? We will talk about this. That is what about 10th. 10th chapter is growth and development of human beings. Growth and development of humans. It's all about children from birth to death. We will talk in this particular chapter. Chapter 11 is like relevance of menarche. It's again biology. Relevance of menarche, menopause in case of women. When a woman there is a menstrual cycle starts. It's all about the menstrual cycle. What do you mean by menarche? What do you mean by menopause? What are the other bio events of fertility for women? All this means 11th unit is talking about women fertility based on the demographic theories. What I mean by demographic theories? The population theories. The population is increasing or decreasing based on the fertility rate. Look at here is biological, social, cultural factors are affecting demographic theories. Biological and ecological factors, I mean to say, influencing fecundity, fertility, natality and mortality. Infant mortality rate, baby is dying. Mother mortality rate, mom is dying. Why the mom is dying? Why the baby is dying? What are the factors affecting your fertility, fecundity? Like for example, nowadays, the people are having more stress. Because of more stress, they are losing their fertility. Like what are the socio-economic and biological factors which are affecting your fertility rate? Very, very important, because nowadays the fertility rate is drastically decreasing. That is the reason everywhere we can see let us say IVF centers. That is artificial insemination process came into existence. Doctors emerged to give counseling to the couple about their sex life and why the fertility is decreasing. All this we will discuss. Very simple unit, very easy unit. 12th chapter is about application of anthropology. Where we can use anthropology as a subject. Application means anthropology in sports. How anthropology is important in sports. How anthropology is important in nutrition. Anthropology in designing of defense equipments. And forensic anthropology and the principles of personal identification. How do you identify a person? Again forensic anthropology, again human genetics. What I mean by paternity diagnosis. Who is your father? How can I find your father? Based on paternity diagnosis. And genetic counseling, eugenics, DNA technology, diseases, medicines, everything would be discussed. Application of anthropology is a 12th unit. 11th unit is all about what again? Your fertility, fecundity, these kind of aspects. 10th unit, growth and development of human. 9th unit, again physical anthropology, complete physical anthropology, race, racism, chromosomes, chromosome elaboration, everything. 9.1 to 9.8. Then we talk about the chapter 8. Chapter 8 is all again, they're talking about very simplest of the simple. We discussed about, do you remember what is chapter 8? Chapter 8 is dealing about research methodologies. Very easiest chapter. Chapter 7 is again talking about culture, language and communication. Chapter 6 is anthropological thought. Chapter 5 is about religion. Chapter 4 and chapter 3 is about economic and political organizations. Chapter 2 is about culture, society, marriage, family, kinship. And when I'm talking about chapter 1, it is all about the human evolution, again meaning, scope of anthropology, human evolution, prehistoric, like all these would be discussed. So when you remember the syllabus at your fingertips, then you will understand the concepts, my dear. Don't underestimate the learning of syllabus. If you are a fresher, go and ask your seniors or rankers what is the importance of having syllabus at our fingertips. Once you're done with the syllabus, I'll talk about each and every chapter, the basic concepts which can help you a lot in the journey of UPSC examination clearance. All the best. Have a nice day.